everybody, and welcome to a brand new deck profile. Now, with the upcoming ban list, the September ban list, the meta is all shaken up. Zoo is dead, True Draco is handicapped, but a new True Draco deck will be born. Well, multiple True Draco decks will be born. Pendulum Magicians have been in a spot where they have never been before, where they are contending to be the best deck. Simply because of Wavering Eyes. Wavering Eyes just does way too much for this deck, and this is a deck that most people have in their binder, at least the core, and a lot of people were just like keeping them there because it was something they could reliably fall on, since the deck is so powerful, and other better decks got nerfed. Something important to notice is that you do no longer have to play Zoo in this build to make it extra competitive, but you can now go into other stuff and just play safer. This is definitely a deck that wants to go first. Again, I've kept the side and the extra deck to my taste on predicting what's going to be played in this meta, and then I'll walk you through some of my card choices. Okay, so it's important to know that if you want to build this deck, be prepared to spend at least $30 or £30 plus on Duelist Alliance. This card is way too good for what it does for the deck, and the fact that it only has one printing as in a secret rare does not help the card price. Hopefully we'll get this card reprinted sometime before Magicians fall out of meta, but until then, be prepared to spend $30 on a playset. Important things to notice is that we no longer play triple Pendulum Call. One is enough. You will see it when you need it. It's searchable. And that's pretty much it. It's searchable, and you can recycle it with Enlightenment Paladin. So yeah, another thing is that Enlightenment Paladin is a lot better, and it's a staple in the deck. I'll tell you why in a second. Okay, so on the deck profile. Oh, what the hell? Okay, so we started off with 2 Astrograph Sorcerer. This card is still like a hand trap, and he's like a big beater that searches or like gets your resources from deck to hand. But the thing is, we no longer, if you're playing budget, you play 3. If you're playing like full power, you play 2, because if you are playing full power, you'll be playing other things, so you don't need him as much. You still keep him to make Zark, which is the same reason why we only play white one-wing magicians, because Zark is fun, and it's a Saki card. Double Oath Dragon. Oath Dragon is amazing, getting things from the extra deck to your hand, or getting things from your graveyard to your hand. And he's a low scale, which is really important. He's also a 2100 attack monster. The only downside is that he's a wind spellcaster. If he was dark spellcaster, he'd be amazing. 3 Skullcry Joker, because it's your, well, it should be your only normal summon, and it searches out your entire deck. And it fits with the Dark Spellcaster theme of the deck. We play triple Black Fang Magician. This is 2 resource things from the graveyard that you send with Timestamp Magician, or you can even bring back your Enlightenment Paladin, which is a play I like to go for myself. And then we play 1 White Magician, allowing us to go into Zark, so that is always pretty neat. Then we play triple Wisdom Eye. Wisdom Eye is amazing in this deck. It just does so much, fueling your extra deck, as well as fixing your scales in a way, which is always appreciated. Triple Double Iris Magician, my favorite magician from now. Before, it used to be Black Fang, but in terms of artwork, I like Double Iris more. This card is insane because it's treated as a Pendulum Dragon. So what that means is you can search it off Duelist Alliance, because it's treated as a Pendulum card, which is pretty nice. And it also searches out your Pendulum Graph, Spell, and Trap. So pretty good. It also has the effect of allowing you to deal double damage, so that is really nice. We play double Pendulum Sorcerer. This card, some people play it, some people don't play it. I like it because it searches out your jokers. so you can like destroy one of your scales. So say for example, if you have a double iris, you can destroy double iris, get to search off double iris, and then search off Joker. So this card just guarantees you'll have Jokers to play every turn. So that is pretty nice. I would play triple purple poison, the best control magician, because when this card is destroyed, you destroy a face-up card on a field. Pretty nice. And then the best magician in general, which is your harmonizing magician. This card can bring out a magician from your deck, but its effects are negated and it goes in defense position, and then you can synchro summon into cards like Cypher Lord Omega, Enlightenment Paladin, Supreme King Clear Dragonwing, Ignister, Beals. So it is the best magician. Another thing to note is that it has a really good pendulum effect. That all monsters you control gain a 100 attack and 100 defense for each face-up magician pendulum monster with different names in your extra deck. So, Oath Dragon, Black Fang, Iris, Wisdom Eye. So yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 700 damage, which is pretty good. So 700 damage on all your other cards, as long as you have one of each in your extra deck. But most of the time you'll be using her for the Synchro Summon effect. Now, moving on to the hand traps, this is to make the deck as competitive as possible. I pull one of each. This is just to demonstrate because I have the other copies in the side deck. But you can choose to play double Ghost Ash or double Ghost Ogre. I feel like double Ghost Ogre, Ghost Ash, sorry, or Ash Blossom. Double Ash Blossom is really nice right now because a lot of the decks will be focusing on searching. So for once, you completely shit on Blue Eyes White Dragon decks when they go for Sage with Eyes of Blue. Even though Blue Eyes is not meta, it's a way to just stun them for a whole turn. And decks like World Chalice, Tricksters, Invoked, I believe, there's some searching, Dark Magician, pretty much any deck that searches or uses Graveyard's effects, Ghost Ash is the card you want in your hand. This is because right now we are not really in a control meta, we are more in a meta where we want to stop our opponent from searching, since searching is really powerful right now. So you can take out one Ghost Ogre and put in one Ghost Ash. So yeah, this is probably the better hand trap to run. You can even play triple if you want, but I play 1DD Crow as a spicy hot tech, as people play in the OCG. So yeah, 1 Maxi because it's the best card in the game. You might notice I have no ban list on, so it doesn't say like 1 or whatever. That's just because I wanted to add Wavering Eyes, and Dawn of New Era still hasn't updated to the ban list, so that kind of sucks. So yeah, we play 1 Maxi, best card in the format, and then we play 1 DD Crow. Now, the reason why I play DD Crow and people in the OCG have started to play DD Crow is because being able to banish something from your graveyard, from your opponent's graveyard, can be really strong, since, like, say for example, if your opponent is playing a Light Swan variant deck that uses the graveyard, you can just banish whatever Light Swan thing they're gonna do, or you can even banish Fairy Tale Snow. You can also banish what else is special summon from the what else wants to be in the grave? Oh man, I had it in the tip of my tongue and now I forgot. Paleos, it's pretty good against Paleos, so you can banish it, totally awesome. You can banish ABC pieces, so it's harder for your opponent to go into ABC. You can banish Magician cards, so if your opponent is like gonna use Black Fang's effect to bring something out, you can use that to stop it. It's also pretty good against Atlantean Mermaids, if, you know, people play that deck. Oh, I know, Invoked. If your opponent has Alistair in the graveyard, you can use this to banish Alistair. So triple DD Crow is the way to go if you're a budget player. If we hop on to eBay really quickly, eBay is my online shop of preference for Yu-Gi-Oh! Just because I have some good sellers there. If we look at DD Crow's price, it is, you know, it's relatively cheap compared to other hand traps, you play like Ash Blossom, so he's more of a budget build. But you can also play cards like Effect Veiler. Even though Effect Veiler isn't as strong, it's still pretty good. Finally, people play YGOPro because of Spirals. Spirals use their graveyard a lot, and just being able to banish a key card can be really helpful. So yeah. Then we play Triple Duelist Alliance. This is one of your better spells. It searches out your Pendulum Graphs, Time and Star. It searches out your Double Iris, and it searches out Pendulum Call. So even though it's kind of like a limiting searching, it's a powerful search nonetheless, because that way you don't need to use Double Iris's effect to search something you might need. Then we play the one pen call. Again, pen call is good when you're behind and you really need to set up those scales. But when you're going first, not being able to destroy your scales is very undesirable. So some people might stop playing this card in general. But if you're a budget player, this is a good budget option compared to Duelist Alliance. Then we played the brand new unlimited card. Oh my god, Wavering Eyes. Now, I was watching a John Marza video, House of Champs, on the amount of crazy shenanigans you could do with Wavering Eyes, and it's pretty good. Now, if we have a quick read of Wavering Eyes, you destroy monsters in each player's pendulum zones, as many as possible, and then apply the effects depending on how many you destroyed. So if you destroy one, 500 damage, not too bad. You know, it's all about that burn damage. Chain burn's gonna come back. Okay, no, I mean 500 isn't a lot, but when you have cards like Enlightenment Paladin that do burn damage, it's pretty good. 2 or more is usually the effect you want, which just adds a pendulum monster from your deck to your hand, and literally your entire deck is pendulum other than your hand traps. So that is nice. 3 or more, you banish 1 card on the field. And 4, you add a Wavering Eyes from your deck to your hand. Now, oh my, this card is insane, because if you're playing the Magician Mirror match, you activate Wavering Eyes and you destroy your scales and your opponent's scales, putting cards in the extra deck, meaning they will not be able to. They'll only be able to bring, realistically, they'll be able to bring back one of those cards from the extra deck, unless they have like more extra monster zones unlocked. But it's really strong. Now, some of the crazy shenanigans you can do with this: use it with Time Pendulum Graph. You set it and then you activate it during your opponent's turn, destroy your pendulum scales. But you have to wait, because if you first want to use Pendulum Graph, so you activate Pendulum Graph to destroy one of your pendulum zones, and then you activate Wavering Eyes after that. What that will do is, it'll be Chainlink 2, and it'll go off before Time Pendulum Graph. So you destroy both of your scales, and say if you have like Purple Poison or Double Iris or whatever, or even Black Fang, their effects go off, and then you like get a search, and then what happens is, because Time Pendulum because of the Time Pendulum Graph text, it activates its alternative effect, where if this card did not destroy 2 cards, you can send 1 card on the field to the graveyard. So it's non-targeting removal. So essentially, it is really nice. And then, you know, with Time Star Magician, oh my god, amazing. So yeah. Now, another nerdy thing you can do with this card is recycling it with Enlightenment Paladin. Let's see, this card, you can use it as many times as you want. Not hard once per turn, not even soft once per turn. Just use it. So you can go Wavering Eyes, search, and then make Enlightenment Paladin through Harmonizing Magician, bring out Enlightenment Paladin, get back your Wavering Eyes, set it, and use it during your opponent's turn, along with Time Pendulum Graph. That will be like a really common first turn play, and it'll be really powerful. So, you know, be ready. Droll Lockbird will be insane. I can imagine the price of that card rising, because a lot of decks are just going to do a lot of searching, especially Pendulum Magicians. If we have a quick look at Droll Lockbird, we can see that the card is rising in price. And oh my god, this card used to be, before Simo made the video, This card used to be about £7. It's already at 20, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna rise. So yeah, very strong card. Onto the extra deck. I'll go through the extra deck a little bit quicker and the side deck. One Zac because we are playing White Wing, so we can make it. One Ivana High Paladin. This is to like have a really strong card on the field, like a big boss monster. And it's pretty easy to summon as well, since it's only one tuner and one or more non-tuner synchro monsters. This card, synchro monster, yeah. So you need one tuner and one non-tuner, and then you can treat one pendulum monster, one pendulum summoned pendulum monster you control as a tuner. And if this card is synchro summoned using a pendulum monster tuner, you can target one card in your graveyard. To be honest, I don't even think you can summon this card. I think you need like a level 2. Maybe I read the card wrong. It doesn't matter. It's still a fun card. One Beals, because this card will be really strong against things like Masterpiece and other things, since the card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. One Ignister, because it's at 1 and it's amazing. One Omega, you can like use Omega's effect to just take a card from your opponent's deck and then free up your extra deck monster zone. One Enlightenment Paladin to recycle your spells if it wasn't already broken, you know, just use them again. One Clearwing because this is basically Raigeki on a monster. So yeah, it's pretty nice. One Dark Rebellion on Crack. This card is amazing. You can detach one material, and then this card turns the opponent's monster to 0, and this card absorbs all of its attack. So yeah, it's pretty strong. We play double Timestamp Magician because it's a staple. One Tornado Dragon because it's a staple. One Castle because it's a staple, and one Abyss Dweller because it's a staple against graveyard decks especially. Then we play double Deco Talker. You can take out Nirvana High Paladin Deco Talker and play something else. It's completely up to you, but yeah. Side deck really quickly. You can play Ash Blossoms and Ghost Ogres. Effect Veilers if you're playing budget. You can play a Stardust Dragon. In fact, I'll just do that right now. Stardust Dragon is really good. Protects you against board wipes. Even though board wipes are less common since Dark Hole went to 1, it's still pretty good. One Raigeki. Then we play triple System Down because ABC will be a really strong deck. So having access to System Down will be really important. Just playing it, you know. This was the hard counter to ABC. Then we play triple Cosmic Cyclones because of Paleo, Pendulum Magicians, Spirals, pretty much any back row deck. Cosmic Cyclone is the way to go. And then triple D Barrier against things like Paleo and Invoked, as well as Wind Witches, since they are really strong. Even Ritual decks. Dimensional Barrier completely destroys Ritual decks. Especially Vendread Zombies. That'll be the most competitive Ritual deck right now. Or even a Herald deck. Those are always, you know, they always show up now and then. So yeah, that was my quick update on the new ban list and the build for Magicians. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But until then, I'll see you in the next one.